man looking for a casual relationship, I want you to hear something. You can have that, and it's fairly simple. I am very comfortably in a casual, honestly, expiration date situation right now, and I am happy with it. And let me tell you why. Me and this man have already established that we are not long-term partners. He wants a family, I don't.
Wow, that's amazing.
Well, that is just a brilliant idea. You don't want a family and he does, so you're both engaging in an act that, even with protection, runs the risk of creating children. Yeah, that sounds fairly simple to me. So simple that you can't even put this simplicity into words. The fact that this man wants kids is, within itself, why the casual relationship is a bad idea in general. You both want different things in life, and those are so drastic that both of you are wasting your time in exchange for low effort, easy to come by bedroom fun. And regardless of what you might think, woman, when you combine bedroom fun with a close personal relationship, it's like eating an egg salad sandwich from a gas station. Once you do it, there's no going back. And doing so will typically end with some form of bathroom drama, and regardless of that drama, it's going to be messy and potentially smelly.
But we have grown to become friends. But like, we like each other. And you know, we have a good time, you know, like there's not really anything like romantic with us, but we do have fun kind of like role playing a little bit of being, I guess, in a relationship. So let me get down to it. The reason why it's working for us is because he pursues me. He texts me back. He lets me have some of the control.
Like, people talking, they say, huh? What are you talking about?
He's available. And I didn't ask for this part, but he does insist on paying if we go out to dinner. That's honestly just a bonus. That's just nice to have. He just treats me like he cares about me at a general, basic level. And that is all anyone ever wants and asks for in any friendship or relationship. Like this weird game that men feel like they have to play of like having the upper hand and like, oh, she's clingy. It's like, have you ever had a friend? Have you ever had a friend?
And you get a reaction from people who say, huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, that is just messed up, woman. You guys do all of the things that regular couples do. You go out on dates, you communicate regularly, and you role play in a relationship, but you refuse to get into a real one with him. It sounds to me like this guy legitimately cares about you and is hoping that you might turn things around, but instead you decide to air out your dirty laundry and violate his right to privacy by posting a video about your situationship for the entire planet to witness. And let's say that this guy does have feelings for you. How do you think he's going to react when you call your situation role-playing and you repeat over and over that he's just a friend? He won't say anything to you, but deep down he's going to feel awful about this whole thing because you felt the need to talk about this to a planet-wide audience of faceless strangers. And what did he ever do to you to deserve something like that?
And weirdly, at the end of the day, I want this guy to have a family and have like something that he can have long term. Like if he called me one day and was like, I met this girl, I'd be like, bet. Like, go for it.
Liar, liar, liar.
Right into the sunset with this woman that you will have a happily ever after with. Because that is what I want for him. Like, I really appreciate that he sees me at an equal level of like, we are friends and I'm treating you like a friend, and but you know, also we kind of like the sort of like role play relationship thing. And like, that's, as for me, that's all I want. Like, we hung out last night and I know that I could text him today and not feel weird about being like, oh, do I text him too soon? Or like, because we're friends. We're friends. So just in case you needed to know how to have a casual relationship with a woman, that's how. Just be their friend. Just be their friend.
Nice try.
Nope, sorry, not buying it, sister. If you truly wanted this guy to be happy with someone else, you wouldn't be waiting for him to find a different girl who actually shares his value. You would break things off and give him the space and time he needs in order to find peace within himself so he can find somebody that matters. Just be honest with yourself for once in your miserable life. If you can't have this guy, then nobody can. You said it yourself. He lets you have control, and you won't give that up, especially for a guy who's accommodating you the way he is. If he does find someone new, you would crash that relationship faster than a wedding reception with an open bar. He's giving you endless validation, and you're not going to want to sacrifice that, especially for something where you stand to lose everything. What you want in life will always take priority, even if it's at the expense of this guy's happiness.
You know that. Of course I do, sir. Everybody knows that. Of course we do, sir.
You guys, I've come to the clear realization that men are just like babies. I was literally just having a conversation with my husband and I asked him if he wanted some of my moisturizer, okay? And so like, let me tell you something. I have nails, okay? I'm a girly that loves getting her nails done. So what do? I grab everything like this because I don't want to get my finger stuck in there. He reaches in there just like that.
And
Oh yeah, what a baby, just mimicking your movements when it comes to your face lotion and trying to respect your skincare products. You better bust out the diapers because it sounds like someone moved on to grown-up pants a little too early, and I'm not talking about your husband, sister. Mature adults don't feel the need to publicly shame their significant others over something as inconsequential as face lotion. Grown-ups actually respect the privacy of the people around them, and they don't feel the need to go to a nail salon to convert their fingernails into impossible claws that do nothing but add unnecessary difficulties to your everyday activities, including basic grooming and wiping. It's unsanitary and it makes little sense, if any at all, just like a baby. So I feel kind of bad for your husband. He signed up to have you in his life for better or worse, not an unpaid babysitting gig.
This man bites his nails down to the nub every time. And so I look at him and I'm like, why did you reach for the lotion like that? And he's like, isn't that how you're supposed to do it? You always do that. He literally thought that that's how you're supposed to grab lotion. Like, men are so gullible. They will literally watch you do something and just follow whatever you do. And then he says that he doesn't want me to mother him, but he's literally a child, okay?
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Alright, I don't know much about face lotion, okay? But I can think of a number of reasons why this guy thought that the knuckle dip seemed practical. You said it yourself. He bites his fingernails down to the nub. Maybe he didn't want to get his spit germs in your lotion. Maybe he thought cleaning off the excess lotion would be easier off of his knuckles than trying to wash his hands. Or maybe, since he didn't know much about applying face lotion, he thought it was just the way things were done. Who friggin' cares? Do you honestly think it's appropriate behavior to make fun of your husband, emasculate him, and call him a child behind his back? That is profoundly disrespectful, and for what? So you can have content for your stupid TikTok channel. Husbands deserve respect in marriage, but you deny that respect over something as meaningless as the application of face lotion. This is a man who works incredibly hard to protect and provide for you and try to make you happy, and you show your gratitude by calling him gullible and acting like a child, all while touting around your idiocy by saying that he's literally a child, and if that was the case, you would receive a court date to receive a slap on the wrist for committing a literal felony.
This is just so shocking. I mean, I must just be so monumentally naive.
You are.
What is a misandrist? I had to look up this term because I was thinking there's no way it means what I think it means. I'm a feminist, but I'm married to an incredible man and I'm raising a son and I was raised by a wonderful father. But the official definition of a misandrist, and I'm gonna read this, is someone who dislikes, despises, or is strongly prejudiced against men. In defense of this comment, I read a lot of conversation online that misandry is often interpreted as the hatred of patriarchy, which I totally understand. It is one thing to hate a system and the impact of that system on half of the population simply because of their gender.
You're You don't know what words mean, do you?
No, feminism is about the legalized institutional discrimination of men. It's about intentionally marginalizing men professionally, legally, and within the family. It's about the destruction of the family unit by completely disregarding everything that the father does, and the basis for all of this is an emotional misinterpretation of biology, psychology, and history, and it's all based on men, as the patriarchy is some sort of invisible boogie concept that's run entirely by men. Ergo, to hate the patriarchy is to hate the men that run the system. Now, I do agree that any form of discrimination and hate based on something as uncontrollable as gender is wrong, but when your fanatical belief structure is based purely on the open discrimination of men, you can't say that misandry is somehow directed towards a made-up concept that you can't even define. That's like saying you hate the ocean because you don't like seafood. It doesn't work that way.
But it is something different to hate the other half of the population because of their gender. I encourage anyone using this term to just be careful because words have incredible power, and misandry at its core is about discrimination against gender. And feminism, from my perspective, at its core is about equality for all genders. One word is about hate and the other is about love. And this world needs more equality and more love, not less.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid. Now wait just a minute. And you're ugly, just like your mum.
I know you didn't mean to, woman, but you just proved that you are a misandrist. Here's why. At no point have you ever said that the hate and discrimination towards men is bad. You completely avoid that by saying that it's about gender, thus completely disregarding men for some higher cause that you don't even understand. You can't even include the group of people that you're openly marginalizing against when you say it's wrong to marginalize them. And you're telling people to be careful with a word like misandrist when these double X chromosome militants have absolutely no problem passing around the word misogyny like it's Halloween candy in a rich neighborhood. According to feminists, men are just evil, controlling tyrants who are also weak, lazy, and stupid. And apparently we need to be knocked down a peg in order to build you up in the name of equality. But you're intentionally discriminating against a man because he is a man and nothing else. That doesn't make you a warrior against the imaginary patriarchy. It makes you a misandrist.
Yeah, that checks out. That sounds about right.
Stop thinking you need to go 50-50 with that man. Stop thinking you need to go toe-to-toe with that man. Stop thinking you need to be 50-50 on bills to be his equal. Stop thinking you need to be 50-50 on bills so that you guys can be a team. When you go 50-50 with a man, you're basically a roommate. That's it. No man that truly loves you and values you as his woman is gonna let you pay 50% of the mother bills. Not a man, a boy will.
Hey, Gertrude, if you're broke, just say you're broke. I mean, we all know that you're broke, so why try to kid yourself? You don't need to try and say that we're not man enough to financially support you. Now, I get it. You were born in an era where a man could raise a family of 7 on a single income, but guess what, sister? We no longer live in an era where it's economically feasible for 99% of the population. And that's an era brought forth by modern women because they wanted to go to work and be miserable like the rest of us. If a man is working hard and doing the best he can by his woman, it is not asking too much for her to participate by splitting everything when it comes to the finances. And if you're not willing to actually do your part to keep the household stable, then what good are you, Gertrude?
You want to spend your life with a boy? No one's stopping you. But I promise you, after doing that for a decade or two, you're going to be fucking tired. And you're going to look at all the money that you wasted. Keep your job. Grow in your job. Make that money. Contribute some of that money. But don't you go 50-50. You know why? Because if you pay in the same amount as him, you're overlooking the fact that you're also paying in a lot of invisible labor, emotional labor, domestic labor. There's so much that goes into it.
I don't don't think any of that's true.
I hate to break it to you, Gertrude, but you do realize that the man is also putting in this labor as well, right? He's not just throwing money down on the table and saying that's enough and just sitting around and doing nothing. He is also emotionally invested in this relationship because he is working to provide for you. He's also doing work around the house, which you conveniently ignore, providing round-the-clock protection, with which you feel entitled, not to mention giving you his trust, respect, and loyalty, which is virtually meaningless to you. But these three things are sacred to a man, and by giving them to you, it should be considered an honor and not something to be taken lightly. And by saying he's not doing enough to give you the life that you want isn't something a proper woman would do, Gertrude. In fact, that's something more on par with a spoiled little princess. By claiming men are nothing more than emotionless, lazy animals, all you're doing is showing how little you respect the men who have literally changed their lives just to accommodate you. Because apparently, a thank you and a mutual financial contribution to the household is somehow asking too much these days.
So, when you put all of that together, 50-50 becomes 80-20. You're making things real comfortable for him, no matter how much you love him. Men like to be a little uncomfortable. They like to stretch a little. Okay, that's what sets the men apart from boys. The ones who are willing to put a little bit of grit into it. And don't you think you're worth it?
No.
And how is that line of thinking working out for you, Gertrude? Oh, wait, that's right, I forgot. You're a single divorcee who ended her marriage for virtually no reason. You don't even have a man to force him to put in any form of grit. Now you get to pay 100% of everything and deal with the emotional toil of living a life of pure solitude. I hate to break it to you, sister, but men do not want grit in a relationship. Now, he is willing to tough things out in the hard times, but that's not the same thing. If a man is breaking his back to provide for you and you're holding out on him by squirreling money away, I don't think you understand how badly that man will feel betrayed. And he doesn't deserve to be treated that way. He deserves some respect and some peace. And when you're holding out on him like that, you are accomplishing neither. We know this, but apparently you're incapable of doing so, and you're about to find out the hard way when you're a geriatric child and there's nobody to help you change your adult diapers. And that's gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a couple of comments, and share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. You guys are beautiful, and thank you for checking out the new video, and until next time, peace out, homies.